Hello, my name is Cody Barthol, and today we're going to be discussing features of the Edit Post screen. In this video, we'll be talking about why we work with this screen, turning items on and off, merging data from two sources, posting bales without creating receipts, and shadow tagging. Let's start by going to our Edit Post Imported Bale screen. All warehouses that are not a Gen warehouse combo should use this screen because it is a great way to double check our information before posting bales and creating receipts. There is also an Edit Post report that can be created to see an overview of the bales we should be double checking in the screen. If you would like to call in, we can certainly walk you through creating that report, since a standard report for the Edit Post screen may not fit your needs exactly. We can take a look at a report that I have in my demo data here that shows the bales not yet posted. Let's go ahead and run it for all. This report also lists the bales and if they're Recon bales or cert bales. And we can certainly work with you to make sure this report shows what you need however possible. Like if you wanted to make sure all your cert bales had the correct crop year, or if the correct flags were set for the bales. Again, this is just another quick way to double check our bales before we post them. So there's our Edit Post report. Let's go back to our Edit Post Imported Bale screen. And we want to make sure that only the items that we want to copy are turned on here. Go to our Additional Options button. If we look in our Select Screen Design here, we have a couple of different screen designs saved in here. If we wanted to create another one, we would just simply go to Screen Design. And if we wanted to set up a screen design to do cert bales or Recon bales or just a default, that would be our standard screen. Let's create a new screen for Recon loan bales. I can cut everything off that we don't need. And we want the previous warehouse ID left open. Also our date stored. And we can leave our crop year open since it'll be the same for all of these. And also our location down here. So everything else we can go ahead and turn off. We'll also go ahead and turn off our tariffs. We're going to save the screen design. And we're going to call this screen design Recon Loan. If we go back to select screen design, we can see down here at the bottom we do have our Recon loan set up. And we would not want to leave a field open that we would not need copy, like the warehouse bale number or the weights. If we did leave those open when we went to copy them, it would copy that information to all of the bales that we're selecting, which would be wrong, and it would give us incorrect totals or information, whichever it was that we were copying there. And to go ahead and copy these fields to these lone Recon bales, we would select the Select Multiple box there, double click on the first one. We would enter our date stored, our location information, lone Recon, previous warehouse ID, and we then go to copy. And from here we would enter our GIN ID that's on these bales. And then our GIN bale numbers. And then our copy selected fields. And then we would simply press OK. It would tell us what exactly it was copying to all of these bales. So all of these bales are going to have the same date stored, the crop year, the house, row, bay, aisle section for our locations, also the previous warehouse ID, and they will all be marked for reconcentrated loan. We can then press OK. And we'll notice if we tab through these bales, we still have our different and unique warehouse bale numbers and weights, but our date stored, crop year, our Recon loan, previous warehouse ID, and locations are now all going to be copied and the same for each one of these bales. Let's now talk about marrying data from two different sources. We may have information from our GIN and our edit post after we've imported bales that don't show all of the information for the bales. We would then need to go to Remote, Inbound, and we would have our layout that would let us marry our layout from our merchant here. And after we would read that in, we would go back to our Edit Post Imported Bale screen. And we could click our Additional Options button or right click. Then we would go to Marry, No PBI Bales. This would then give us a message saying these files were married happily. We would then be able to see the bales and their complete information on our Edit Post screen here. Now let's talk about not issuing receipts immediately after posting. And to see that, we'll have to go to our System Parameters, and then our Locations tab. There's a check under this tab that is Require Locations to Post. Let's check this and demonstrate what it tells us. Go ahead and save here. And we'll notice this bale that I'm selecting here, it has all the other information that we need, but it does not have a location. I'm going to try to post this one bale here. And it gives us this message. It says it posted none of my bales because this location is required. And it would give us this error message if this box was checked in our system parameters. So if we're needing our locations on these bales before we issue them, it would be a good thing to go ahead and check. And again, that's under our locations tab, and it's this box right here, require locations to post. Go ahead and hit save. Now we're going to go back to our edit post. And also, if that box in our system parameters was checked and we were requiring locations beyond the bales before we're able to create them, if we would have gone to our satellite after trying to post all of these bales and try to create these receipts, it would have given us an error that tells us that we are not able to create the receipts because we did not have locations for our bales. And at that time, we would be able to remote and inbound and read in our locations for our bales or enter them manually. And then we would be able to go back into our satellite and finish creating those receipts. For now, if that's checked, you can leave the bales in our edit post screen until we have the locations. But this will give you more information to have to sort through when you're trying to verify your bale information. Let's now talk about shadow tagging. Shadow tagging is when the warehouse uses a different tag number than the GIN, but does not put a physical tag on the bale. Some benefits to shadow tagging are that the warehouse does not have to pay for warehouse tags, and the warehouse does not have to keep up with several ranges of numbers. Let's bring in some bales now. And then we're going to import. And now in our edit post imported bales, we should see those bales here at the top, and we do. And it looks like this is the first bale here that we just pulled in. And now we're going to go to our copy feature. We're going to put in our GIN ID. And then our range of bales. And we'll notice these bales don't have warehouse bale numbers just yet. So what we're going to do to get those assigned, we're going to click on our increment warehouse bale box. And it's going to ask us if we want to auto increment with the last bale number that we used. So our start value will be this. And after we have our start value entered, we will just press OK. And we'll notice the ones that now have check marks, since we just copied that we want to tag for posting here, now all have warehouse bale numbers assigned to them. So this would be our shadow tagging here, assigning these warehouse bale numbers. We'll notice down here we still have some that we need to do this for, but these are the ones that we just did, and now they have those bill numbers we need. Let's go now and pull up our edit post report. Again, these are our bills that are not posted here. We'll see that all of these have GIN bill numbers. And we'll notice these down here that we've given the warehouse bill numbers to, they have different warehouse bill numbers than the GIN bill numbers. So these are different down here. We'll notice that here. Let's close here. Let's go to our warehouse and edit post imported bills. And we're going to post these bills. We're getting an invalid storage date error for these. So let's go back to our edit post imported bills. And we'll notice these bills do not have a date stored. In this case, we would have to go ahead and enter our date stored, and we could use the copy feature for here for our specific screen design to go ahead and do that for all of these bills here. Also, we'll notice this bill does not have a location, and if we have a check in our system parameters there that we're going to require locations before we're able to post, we would want to go ahead and copy that to these bills also. And after that, we should be able to create these receipts, and they should be good. And that's going to conclude our discussion on edit post for today. If you have any questions about this topic or any other topic, you can reach us at 800-571-4434, and we will be happy to assist you in any way that we can. Thank you all, and have a very great day.